Hello, Leo, and welcome to Quarter Moon Tarot. Let's start your reading, Leo. Let's see what your situation is, what is happening. Open, opening to discovery and tender embrace. Something is going to get revealed to you. Something is coming to light for you. Something is, you're on the verge of discovering something. You created this situation, and you have the power to change it. And we have these two cards, which say it's time to leave this unhealthy situation and lean on God and the angels for support. So I think there is something you have discovered, maybe in a relationship, or maybe something which you have been let's say holding very loosely. You've not been very committed to it. You've not been very you know what's the word, you've not been I would say you've not been very committed to it. You've not taken it very seriously. It's been there, just there. But now there is a turnaround happening within you, whereby you're seeing the same thing in a very different light. The same event, the same situation, the same people are opening up something within you. There's some realization coming towards you regarding this. And this card says that we all manifest everything in our life to a certain extent. So what we have created, we can also bring about changes in that. We can also play around with it to suit it to a new us. What you don't like, you have the capability and you have the power to change it to something which is more appealing, which you like a little more. And whatever has been created earlier, which now you feel is not quite right, you have the ability to fix it. It's time to stop being very harsh on yourself and holding yourself responsible for some damage which has happened, or something gone awry, or something not having worked out the way it was to be, because this has been a learning lesson for you. And it's a good idea to lean on the higher powers and your guides and your masters to help you get an understanding of the situation. We have the Temperance here, Five of Wands, and Death. So there has been a situation of conflict, whether it has been within you or it has been with other people, which has undergone a very drastic change. The whole event, the whole thing has stopped being what it used to be, and now it is in the process of transformation. That is why you got this card, that you were instrumental in creating it, and now there's a turnaround happening. Now that the whole thing is changing, you also have the power now to shape it to into another form which has more balance, which has more harmony. And this is a process you need to do little by little, Leo, right? So this is what this card is confirming, that whatever you have created, it has come down, or maybe some aspects have come crashing down, and now you have the power, Leo, to fix it and to start creating something better, something more harmonious and pleasant. We have the Moon card, we have the King of Swords, and we have the Page of Swords. Here a lot of things, all of it might not come to the fore. There might be just a few aspects which you realize are not working anymore. You have realized that something about it is not quite ticking and quite clicking. You know that it has undergone a change, but all the change has not been exposed. Every aspect of it has not been exposed in some cases, and in some cases I do feel that this has been a complete end. There is nothing more left. So where you do have a inner guidance, intuition telling you that all of it is not there, just hold on to that. It is all going to come into the fore. Where you feel that the whole thing has come crashing down, now you need to realize that the cycle has ended. You need to be very, very logical. You need to be very, very truthful. You need to be unbiased about recreating this situation. Page of Swords is is young energy, which is very, very creative, but it does not have all the facts, it does not have all the answers, it does not have all the solutions. It is an energy which is starting out. So yes, you are starting out to recreate that entire thing. You need to be very, very logical and be honest and truthful to yourself about what is going to work, what is not going to work. Whether you like it, you don't like it, feelings are to be put aside with sword cards coming in. The Moon is also here, which is to do with emotions. So you need to just put those things aside for now, and approach this in a very logical manner and in a very practical, doable manner. Be honest with yourself, be unbiased, towards yourself and others. Unbiased does mean that you're not catering to your feelings and you're not catering to others, but you're following the thing which is logical, which is correct, and which has the well-being of everybody concerned. With the tender embrace card, I also feel that this is not the time to come up with a final outcome of whatever you are doing. You need to proceed with it slowly, but the base of it needs to be very clear, crystal clear, very, very logical, very, very practical. Nothing going wrong in the foundation what you are going to create now. Nothing, it should be absolutely crystal clear, absolutely solid. And then from there, as you proceed to build it up, then those are the plans. You should keep a little flexible for changes, because that is why this card has come out, that maybe there are going to be more changes, but once the foundation is done, then one can keep altering a little bit here and there if time permits, because as you go building whatever this is, there is going to be new new insights are likely to come in, new ideas are likely to come in, newness is going to definitely come in. That is why don't commit to anything other than a strong, clear cut foundation for now. Be very, very clear about your groundwork and make it logical, practical, and very honest with your self. And there should be no deception, no lies, no ifs, no buts, no what if, what not. None of that should be there, though. And there would be a lot of confusion in your mind, because with the Page of Swords over here, but you need to be taking a very practical and mature approach to what works and what does not work. I think it also says that go with the tried and tested thing. Don't try to create any new dimensions right now, because again you're kind of starting from scratch in a particular manner of speaking. Right now, let us see what these cards are about. We have the Knight of Swords, so you have more energy, wherein you would like to get going immediately, leaving a situation which is already done and over, and moving on to something. With the Five of Swords and the Two of Swords, so here that again the Knight of Swords is somebody very he's a little rash and a little brash, also does not have patience, impatient energy. You are in a hurry to kind of get going with things, but the fact remains that whatever emotional setback you have got because of this, it'll take you some time to kind of really clear it up. You cannot just wake up have an experience one day and wake up the next day and say that I'm going to put it behind me. Yes, at a certain level that approach works very well, because you have made up your mind that you are not going to dwell on it, but the energy does not work within seconds. It's not that within a few seconds that energy, that memory will get erased, those feelings will get erased. You will see those people again, you will visit that physical place again. There's a strong likelihood of that, and then all those memories, that past keeps rushing back into your mind, your conscious mind, as well as in your subconscious, and again you feel that you would like to run away. It's not a question of running away, it is a question of taking your time to overcome this. It's definitely time that you move away from it. Do not give any more energy to what happened. Instead, give more energy how you can bring about a new balance. We've got the Temperance card here and the Two of Swords. This is also a card of balance. It says this Two of Swords in connection with this is telling you that keep your emotions aside, keep your personal energy aside, be a little more practical, see what can be done, and go ahead with that. Don't bring in your feelings, don't bring in your own personal energy into it, don't bring your I identity into this. It's not only about you, there are also other factors, so just don't be very harsh on yourself and take all the responsibility on yourself. There are a lot of factors probably which contributed to this. You are not the only one, Leo, so you need to take that perspective and not take a don't hold yourself responsible completely for this. Yes, you were instrumental in creating it, you also played a role, just the way other factors, other people also played a role, but now that entire thing is over. So now you need to see what your role is to reconstruct this in a logical, practical, and in an unbiased manner. So leave that unhealthy aspect of the situation behind. You've learned something from this. hold that and move ahead. And whatever the emotional shock or the emotional setback you have got, it's a good idea to leave that aside for the time being. With the two of swords over here, focus on what needs to be done. Maybe once things come under control, you will be able to spend time in healing that emotional energy, right? So let me get you a little guidance on with respect to your reading. Land in between and time machine. Yes, you are in in that in between position where you have seen the coming down of something, and now it's time to recreate it. So you are in the center of that energy. So you need to move. This has already happened. You need to move forward. The moment we start putting our ideas into what we can do right now, that would be a good way to utilize this current time into putting your ideas into constructing whatever you need to do now. With the time machine, this has been the wheel of time has moved in such a manner for you, Leo, that you were to experience this, you were to have this kind of an experience. You had to learn something about yourself. Maybe there was a karmic debt you needed to pay. Maybe these were strong and very, very important learning lessons for you. So just, it's not about you as such, it is a time you needed to go through. It was meant to happen, and what you learn, what you get out of it, is going to be different for everybody. I would also like to pull out any guidance which we can give, how you can help yourself in this particular situation. We have the Queen of Wands. So your guidance is being a fiery sign, and the Wands again being a fire sign. You have it in you, Leo. You have that energy to deal with all of it, to bring it under control, to take control of the situation, and to kind of change it and proceed with it. So focus on that. You have the ability. Now it's for you to transform this entire thing. Just leave your emotions aside for now. Focus on what is the next step, and maybe in time to come you will be able to kind of work on releasing that for yourself. And maybe while you're working with it, it'll automatically start getting sorted out for yourself. You don't need to go back to doing it, right? So just focus on what you need to do now to get things under control, and from there on you will see the road opening up for you. So Leo, with that I'll wrap up your reading. Thank you for watching.